I'm just going to, now I'm going to go back here. It's not there yet, but it's coming. And we're here, Jean. Thank you
Hey,
so much for joining me. I know you're very busy and you're on your errands. So thank you that you take your time out of your busy day
thank you for having
unexpectedly.
me.
I don't give you much time. Like whenever I ask a question, it's like, hello, like now, what do you mean? Where are you? And I call you at the oddest times. And I want to tell the community that they want to have friends like that. They want to have a community like that. Because when you're looking for answers, you sometimes get distracted and don't go after the answer and get on to something else. But when you get the answer right away and you put it together, you make less mistakes. And you
Agreed.
know, Jean, I go back. We were about to have a conversation a few minutes ago, and we had that energy. So for me, I'm sharing in Sage and I'm sharing in my life that energy is what it's all about, right? Energy, is everything. It's your body. It's like energy. The thought is energy that becomes a creation. However, energizing your life, once you have your mind ready, like you got it, you got that together. Now the next thing is, what are you doing about your body? What are you doing about your environment? And it's very easy. A few weeks ago, so anybody interested, we'll be having another workshop. But a few weeks ago, we have a workshop a month, and over the next 3-4 months, our focus is going to be on the physical pillar. And I know no better person to call. And I'm not talking about call your doctor because you're sick. I'm not saying don't go to your doctor. I'm talking about general information on how to live life longer, healthier, better quality of living. That's what I'm going to speak to. And specifically, you could talk about exercise, you could talk about eating, you could talk about many things. We decided to ask you to start with sleep. And your explanation of sugar really helped. That journey has me sleeping 6 to 7 hours a night right now. I'll share that
Glad
with
to
you.
hear it. Glad to hear
And
it.
and it's not even perfect yet. I've just started it. And you try something, and if you're not sure, you don't just do it. I'll call and say, what's this thing I'm doing that they're asking about this? And they say, oh, wait a minute. There's something else you can do. And if you want to know more about what I'm talking about sleep or vitamin or product or any of these things, reach out in the community. Jean also has a Facebook community. We work together very well, but he has other stuff as well. He goes from French to English. On parle français, anglais, les deux. C'est très important. Communiquer dans la langue, c'est plus facile pour toi, finalement. And we're able to. So we have that benefit and we offer that to you. Right now, we have many people from other areas that aren't bilingual French English, some Spanish, some Portuguese. We haven't got that advanced. But tonight, we're getting ready to do my journey of physical pillar. So I got the sugar I don't have handled yet, but I'm getting it. I've got that coconut sugar and I'm moving. And there's more I want to learn. But now we're talking about the next step, which, interesting enough, the first thing wasn't sleep that I did with you. It wasn't sleep at all. We were at a yoga retreat, and all of a sudden, he speaks about water. So even before sleep, even before vitamins, even before anything, it really does start with water, like you said, Jean.
Yeah. Yeah. And as I'm going through these mini webinars, conferences with you, I noticed that as I'm writing it down, I'm going, oh my God, this is really back down to the basic with what I started with water. We're going to have to, once we do the complete, conferences or webinars, we record the full process. We're going to have to start with water, because once they know the basics on how it works only with water, they'll understand how a vitamin works in your body, and they'll understand an antioxidant and all that, and the gut and the sugar. It all brings back all the way back down just to the water part. So yeah, can't wait, to start that.
Well, especially for the community, because there's a lot of people that'll drink water. And I know everybody says water has no taste. I taste water and I don't like the taste of it. It does have a taste. I'll taste, and I know it's going to sound strange, but I'll taste chlorine or Javex. Like I smell that smell in the water. I won't drink in an apartment building. I will not drink water out of, because there's too many pipes and they're very old. I will not drink out of that tap. However, all of you people that think you have the answer, that you can go get a bottle of water at the store, bottled water, you got to wait for what Sean has to say, because my jaw drops when I think about it. And he's taught me, and I haven't done it yet because I haven't figured out. And I look forward to doing the conference on water as well, the mini conference even. Maybe the third one could be on that in January. And the reason I say that is because I don't have the answer. I know that I don't appreciate the taste of water, so I camouflage it with mint or whatever. But what you taught me was a layer under, like they talk about peeling the onion. Water doesn't stop there. It's the filtration of the water. You taught me that. And we, the average person, thinks they can go buy Naya water or Evian water or bottled water or whatever. And then they say, no, I don't want the plastic, so I'll do this kind of water, I'll do that. And the most important thing I learned is that may not be this. It is not the solution. Never mind, may not be. That if we understood what were in the different waters, we might not want those waters. Maybe the pipes are just as good as the water that I would drink in the plastic bottle. And that's a teaser for the people, because I remember when you were showing, and at the time, Jai, you were showing it and I got it, but you were giving me the full thing, the molecules and the this and the that. And I was like, what the heck? That's when I said, you really know your stuff. Like, thank God it looks like a toy, but you know what? This is serious. And
hey, it took me a while to find those marbles, okay?
Well, that was the best part for me. I love that.
And I glue them together.
And they're wonderful. But you know what? This is the point. The point is, when we have that workshop, you really won't want to miss it, because you're going to, the things you think you know. Here's a saying I once heard from somebody, and I never forget him. Eddie said, I know nothing. And I will say, I know nothing. It's so, and there's so much more to know. And the journey you take to attaining knowledge, you're very fortunate. You don't have to read the fine print 300-page book or thousands of pages, because when you're in a community of people that are passionate about a specific, I'm passionate about mental wealth. I'm passionate about spiritual wealth. I'm passionate about financial wealth. So those three areas for me, I can speak pretty clearly on. So when I find Jean, who has physical wealth down, I understand the value of it, because the value is time is the only thing you don't replace. So if you can access, Dean Graziosi has a huge following in community. And what he says is pay for speed. Imagine all of you're in a free community with some free workshops. Yes, there'll be things you can pay for. You don't have to worry. We don't want to beg you to spend your money with us. If we have something we want, we'll accept your money. But we are really in, you have a lot of stuff you can get for free. Don't miss that part. Don't miss it. It's invaluable. right? Like you can't even, the book costs more to buy to read. So take the time, participate, and you get to pick. I'd like to know more about that. Oh, I'm not ready for that. Listen, Jean hears from me all the time. No, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to give up what, Jean? I don't think I'll ever be ready. But what would I not give up? A piece of food that I wouldn't give up for all the money in the world. And you know what? It works the other way. There's nothing I wouldn't do to learn good things. Like this sleep thing. I went to Jean's mini workshop. 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 25, wasn't long.
Oh,
I didn't, and I sleep 3 to 4 hours a night. That's my pattern. And I'm up. And you know what I found out? I found out from that, and I shared this with Jean, and I'll share it to the community because you may have something to add to that. Can you imagine that which were normal wake up points? I mean, I mixed it up last time we talked where I said the first cycle you're doing the body, the second cycle, the mind. It doesn't matter. It all needs to be repaired, eh? Like you need to rejuvenate and repair it, period. 4
exactly.
cycles, you need them, period. So here's the thing, doesn't matter. So imagine I'm only doing 2 cycles. Half of me is not being repaired. That's what I do know. Here's the thing. What I didn't realize is once I had that break thing where I wake up, which everybody does, it's the way it works. I figured, okay, I've had enough sleep. Otherwise, I wouldn't have woke up. Get up. Don't waste your time. When in fact, I learned through Jean that that's just normal. Everybody has that wake up. It's not get out of bed, wake up. It's next cycle's come and wake up. Or whatever it is. Here's what I do know. When I get that, I'm able to put the message into my brain. No, you got 3 more cycles at least. Go back to sleep. And you may think that's funny, but I could tell you one thing. I don't feel bloated. Maybe you can explain that. I don't feel I don't feel water. It's not that I'm going to say I'm losing weight, but I don't feel heavy. Does that make sense?
Body has time to clean up a little bit more. You know, we got that autophagy that's normal every day, but it's just more time to fix your body because the first half cycle during your night is cleanup time, fix your body, repair. Second part, there's some repair, but most of it is your repair of your mind and your brain. So yeah, if you put more time into it, there's better results with time.
And then your mind thinks to ask the right questions. Because I had enough sleep, I find myself patient enough to wait for the next, to ask the right questions. Like I was able to read what I got. And I said, Jean, do I need vitamin B with that? And you were able to send back, well, you know, of course we'll talk about blood works and everything, but that's not the thing. You can get it in a food. I went out and got peas yesterday. You had pictures of peas. Peas is easy for me. I love peas. I'll stick peas in my salad. I'll stick peas. It's perfect. But then you sent that other thing that I could put a teaspoon, that I'll go to the grocery store this weekend. There's simple things. Don't worry about, oh, I have to change my whole life. You get to pick what you change. And you do it at the pace that works for you. And so, Jean, this thing about the cycles changed my life. And when you talk supplements, give us an idea of what that means. What does it mean when you talk about, are you on supplements? Are you supplementing? What are we asking? What are we talking about?
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be conflicted by that in saying that, especially I got a few of in my Facebook group for health that say it's actually not worth it. It's just, you know, you pee it down. But I go and actually display or explain why in some cases it's necessary. maybe not a multivitamin, but specific vitamins that you may be lacking in your own body. So obviously, yeah, we're going to be talking blood works too, but just to explain that, give you just a quick highlight. We're in the 45 degrees parallel here up in Canada and more. Okay, we're like 47 degrees. Up in 40 degrees and more during the winter, we lack a lot of sun. So there's at least 50 to 60% of Canadians, of where we are, that are in lack of vitamin D. When you take a vitamin D test in the blood work, that's no lie. Why? Again, we got less sun. Down in the States, the farmland is so bad that it's deprived of, minerals, and especially magnesium, which is another buzzword that everybody was freaking out on. Well,
Yes.
they do apply magnesium to the land, but maybe not the right type of magnesium. And that's why 70% of US people have a lack of magnesium. So what are you supposed to do? Get it in food? If it's not in food by itself, or it's the wrong type, how are you going to measure? How are you going to get it? The only way is to supplement. But I go through that, and I go through step by step just to give you an idea on, sometimes it's good. You talked about vitamin C. I don't take vitamin C. It's not something that I think is going to prevent the cold, and there's plenty of studies for that. That's things like that I agree on, like a vitamin A, just take 1 carrot per day and that's it. You got all the vitamins you
And
want the
that's
full day.
and that's the whole thing. It's to
Yeah,
understand. If you're not going to go
exactly.
for the blood test and you don't know what these are, at least know I'm not going to go buy all and spend that money on the vitamins. And I don't know what my levels are. But here's the thing about a carrot. It doesn't matter. You're not going to have too much carrot in your body. By having another carrot, you get a little bit of extra of something. It's not going to hurt you. You can overdose with popping enough vitamin pills, but you're not
Yeah,
going to
you can.
overdose by having I'm not going to overdose by having peas in my salad. So you're
No,
able,
no, 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 no.
and that's what you're showing
Yeah,
us. And
yeah,
and
exactly.
so if you don't want to go for the blood test, and I'm not saying don't go, but if you're not going to go, that doesn't mean, no, I don't want to hear about that. Well, perfect. Don't listen to that. But we have to say that that's a good idea. You decide it's not for you, then you have to watch how you're going to take vitamins because you don't know what their
Exactly.
levels are. So here's the solution. I'm not going for the blood test, Sean. It's simple. So the point is, I'm not going to go take the vitamin B, but I am going to take a spoon of this or this, which is all natural, and I'm not going to get hurt if I take too much of it because it's
No,
natural foods that are a good part of my diet. So I get the benefit of being healthier and eating better, sleeping better. Like, who doesn't want that? It's like saying, "Oh, I'm going to hand you a year extra on your life. Do you want it?" You say, "No, I don't need that. Why do I want that?" "I'm going to hand you $1,000. Do you want it?" "No, no, I don't need an extra $1,000. I don't care how rich you are. The richer you are, the more you want the $1,000 because you know the value of money.
exactly.
The healthier you are, the more you want it. Awareness. That's what we're giving you. We want you to be awake and aware. What you do with it is up to you. But we're here for you. Jean, thank you for being here with me tonight.
All the time.
And I look forward to the journey we're on and Sage Navigation. If you have a friend and you're looking at if they're on their physical pillar, that's what we're talking about over the next 3 months. We are focused on the physical pillar till we bring out our signature program. And the physical pillar is not just what you eat, it's what you're doing. Are you walking instead of, if you live on the second floor in a condo building, are you walking down the stairs or are you taking the elevator? And if you are walking down the stairs, okay. But if you're taking the elevator because you have a broken leg, mais c'est correct. We know
Ouais.
that, right? So you got to know yourself, be aware and awake. Merci, Jean, and have a safe drive. And we'll talk
Yeah,
to you soon.
thank you.
See you soon. Thank you.